Hey guys, welcome back to another Vlogmas video. If you're new here, my name is Verlyn. I do a variety of videos, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So on today's video, I'm going to be heading out to Applebees, where I'm going to be meeting up with my good friend Diana. If you're not new here, then you know Diana and I met in nursing school and we became really good friends. From time to time, we do check in at Applebees or other places, but mostly Applebees, where we catch up, grab something to eat, have a few drinks, and just have a good old time. So if you're interested in seeing and hearing how this is gonna go, please stay tuned. But don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and of course, you guys, like my video for more content. Vlogmas is in full swing and you guys are getting your videos every other day like promised, and I am honestly having a ball with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and head out now before I am late. But you guys know we're gonna have a good time at Applebee's. There's gonna be some good stories and we're gonna have a ball. Let's go. Who is it? Hello. Well, hey girl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm tired of shit. How are you?
Well, we both are. We both are.
Yeah, I'm over school, and I guess life is pretty cool. But school has been whooping my ass. Us both.
Let's cheers
Drink to that. Yeah.
Meeting up. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I went to Maryland and come back again, and I'm ready, and here we are.
Here we are.
That was pretty good, guys.
That was
pretty
fantastic.
good. So how's school been?
The same. Still unorganized. Still chaotic. It is what it is. But when you sign up for an accelerated program, you get what you get.
Well, if you guys don't know, Diana is actually back in school for her RN, and she is back at THS,
Texas Health School. That's the school that we both graduated with our LVNs from. Yeah.
And so she's doing her RN and I'm doing healthcare management. So we are both working and in school and trying to get these degrees going. What do you think is the most challenging part about like going back to RN school at THS while still trying to like fully grasp being an LVN?
So I think for me, because I started my LVN career in the emergency room, like I have been exposed to nursing in a different way as an LVN, more so than a lot of my peers, because I have a lot of people that graduated with me or are even in school with me now that are working at nursing homes and working at rehab centers, so they don't get to see the same things that I do. And so for those of you who don't know, I work in the ER, but I also am a correctional nurse. So I work at this current time, a prison that is local in our area. And so I get to experience nursing in a different, and I feel sometimes more comprehensive way than some of my peers, because the nursing home experience is much different than what I do every day. For me at this point, what's difficult is managing my schedule, because I do work full time. My school schedule is full time. I have kids, so I'm a full time mom. So there's a lot of full time things going on, and there are still only 24 hours in the day, and y'all know how that works. There are never enough hours in the day for sleeping or anything else. So I am very thankful that Verlyn and I got to get together, because we haven't seen each other in eons, and I don't like it. but you know, life has been lifing very much. And we are making it. And you're graduating when?
I will be graduating in May. Yeah, May of next year.
Okay.
And so my program is a dual program.
Okay.
And so I get my associates in May. I actually finished in March. And then I continue right on to do my bachelor's, which will take me like another year and a half to finish up. And so the unique thing about it is I'll be graduating with both of my girls. So I will be graduating next year with my associates when Ava graduates from preschool. And then I will be graduating with my bachelor's when Naira graduates from high school.
Okay, so, okay. Come on. Double accomplishment.
Yes. So I have, you know, some good years to look forward to, you know, 2025 and 2027. And I'm excited. I'm glad I went this route. Being realistic, I have younger kids. Well, a younger kid. And, you know, for me, it just wasn't a time to do the RN program with Ava.
Yeah.
But do I see
with
myself
Ava?
But do I see myself maybe going afterwards? It is a strong possibility because at the end of the day, my end goal is healthcare management. But I want to have as much patient care experience and knowledge on the floor as I can.
Yeah.
So it's not going to hurt to get my RN. Everybody keeps asking, like, why didn't you go get your RN first? And I'm like, well, I have an Ava. And then I have a daughter in high school who needs me as well. And I think it would be selfish for me to just turn around and be like, well, I can't be present because I'm in school.
Yeah,
you know? So.
And while her end goal is healthcare management, my end goal is nurse practitioner, or even like a doctorate in nursing. So I want to be a midwife, and so my goal is definitely centered in hands-on patient care. So I will be graduating in December of 2025. So that too is right around the corner because 2024 zoomed by.
It sure did.
Because we're done with the year, y'all. Like the year is done.
Finito.
Finito. It was just January.
Yeah.
Like we just said Happy New Year, and I don't.
And it's done. We're about to
do it again.
Yeah.
So I am getting my ADN, my RN, and I do plan on getting my bachelor's. So for me, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
When my youngest, who is in high school now, graduates from high school, I also should be graduating with my bachelor's degree. So, like between the two of us, there are a lot of accomplishments and a lot of goals, and we hold each other accountable, which is fantastical because we met in nursing school.
Yeah.
We met in our LVN program.
Yeah.
And we have been holding strong as friends and as sisters ever since, because this world is crazy and nursing is even crazier, and it's the profession that we chose. So, and we also chose each other. So, like we're here and you're stuck with me.
Yeah. Fun
We're
fact.
not going anywhere.
Or cool fact. How do you say it? So when we were doing orientation, Diana was actually like in front of me in the line to take our ID pictures, and she had like her hair out and she didn't have it like blown out. She had it like
because it was natural, so it was like in a big fro.
This
it was
big
in a fro.
And she was standing in front of us. She was standing in front of me, and I was just like, who is this woman that looks like Lisa Ray?
Shut up.
I was like, oh my goodness, she looks just like Lisa Ray. And in the beginning of nursing school, I didn't really talk to nobody. I was very to myself.
She talked to me though.
But then I would talk to Diana. Like we would talk, and I still pretty much kept that throughout nursing school. You quickly realize that you have to reevaluate friends, associates, people you know in nursing school.
That's an understatement.
And so we kind of just stayed with each other. And now we're here. And
we're crazy together.
We're crazy together. And we're getting these degrees together and being moms and taking drinks and doing all of these things.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and start getting our food going. And then maybe we'll hear one of them, a crazy prison story
yes,
today.
Lord, because we had a death in custody.
That was like 2 days ago.
That was 2 days ago.
Yes.
We had a death in custody 2 days ago. So I'll tell y'all about the death in custody story.
And then I'll probably give you guys a story about one of my residents who was a nurse 30 years ago and is in memory care.
I know the one.
I want to tell me, print out my license from the board of nursing, and she don't want to see it on my phone.
Because you're not a real nurse.
Because I'm not a real nurse.
Yeah.
So we'll get into some good stories, you guys. Let us get to ordering food and maybe another drink, and we'll check in with you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, because these cups are empty.
Oh, it is. And you know we don't like that.
Round 2.
So we ate, and the food was good. We both had the steak with broccoli and loaded mashed potatoes. And so that was good. And now we're wrapping up on our drinks for now. But we'll catch up again.
Yeah.
So tell me about this person in your facility.
Oh, okay. So we had a nurse staff, that's what they call it at my facility. That the patient was unresponsive. We got a call that there was CPR in progress. And so when we got up there, our nurses immediately began CPR. Like they took over CPR from the detention staff that were already giving CPR.
Okay.
And they continued CPR until they got back downstairs to our clinic and, got him situated in the clinic, still while giving CPR all the time. We put him on a Lucas machine, which is basically like a automated CPR machine for, lack of a better term. It does the compressions for you. Basically, the Lucas machine was giving him compressions nonstop while we were checking for a pulse to try to see, like with our AED, if he actually had a heartbeat, until the HFD, the fire department, EMS crew arrived. But he was an older gentleman, and I can't say that anything illicit or inappropriate happened that caused this. It really could have just been because he was an older individual and had some pre-existing medical conditions, and was just his time. Our clinic was closed for several hours that day until they were able to clear the area and clear the body so that he could be removed by the coroner. And after that, it was business as usual. Like we went back to seeing patients.
That's nursing
like
for
a regular,
you.
And that's nursing. That's nursing for you.
That's honestly nursing for you.
That's
you don't have time to process those type of situations.
Yeah.
Those type of situations happen, and you on to the next.
Yeah.
Like your emotions. So like before I moved to Houston, when I worked in the emergency room back home, at one point the chaplain in the military, you know, would have these like monthly like meetings with me.
Sure.
Because I worked in the emergency room and I also did substance abuse. And so he would want to like just discuss how are you processing it?
Right.
What are your ways of coping with that? Because I was dealing with that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I have this this tattoo. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's here on my arm. And I got this tattoo and it says faith because my first day in the emergency room, a patient passed away in 17 minutes of coming into the emergency room. And that was like my first real death. And it was shocking to me that he died and it was on to the next.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And as time went on, you like find ways to kind of cope with it.
Yeah.
But you also understand and learn that it's part of the job.
Right. And life goes on.
Yeah.
And death will also happen again.
Yeah.
And so that's one of those things, like when we had, after his body was cleared and we reopened the clinic, it was like
on to the next. Yeah.
And so, you know, like it was just, I can't say it was another, I mean, it was, for me, it was another day. And it's like, well, that was in that particular facility. Since I have worked there, that was my first death in custody at that facility. Not at all, but just at that facility. So it was like, oh, okay, well, you know, there was one.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, did it bother me? No. Like, but I can honestly say I'm not one of those people that has been jaded by my profession, because I do still have days that are very tough.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I do have days that I get sad. I do have days that I get angry. I do have days, many of them, that I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Because it really does take an emotional toll.
Of course. I mean, nursing on a whole, and I would say that for anybody who is considering getting into nursing, outside of the physical part of patient care, nursing on a whole has a great like emotional
toll and physical physical toll. Like, nursing is not easy, and you see these people post about the good side of nursing, because they might have big old paychecks and they might only work 3 days a week, but
I mean, that's what they also post.
Yeah, it is,
because realistically, and this is RN, LVN, BSN, like
all the things.
The things, like you don't always work 3/12.
Correct.
And that covers your mortgage and your car note, and your lifestyle. Like, they show that part of nursing, but that's not realistically what is happening.
Right.
And then for somebody like me, who I can go to work and literally stay on my feet from the time I clock in until the time I clock out, and not have not one moment to sit down,
to eat, to pee,
to
like
nothing.
Any of that. Yeah.
And then you look at 10, 11 hours and you're like, God damn it, I haven't even ate.
Yeah.
And it's like, they don't talk about that part of nursing when they glorify nursing. And of course, I love being a nurse.
Me too.
But they do portray, you know, the pretty side of nursing.
Yeah, like the pretty. Like, it's like the soft girl side.
The
of
soft
nursing.
girl side.
Nursing is not soft, y'all. Like, it's not. Like, that shit's hard.
Like, I legit come home from work at times, and like, I just need to pour me a glass of wine or 2 or 3, because I have had such of a crazy shift.
Yeah.
That it's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But to be a nurse, you have to have that type of compassion and that type of care.
Yeah.
So you go back out there the next day and you do it again.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you don't drive home being like, what the F?
Yeah.
What the F?
What the F? Who told this day to be like this?
Yeah.
This day when I had to go to work.
Correct.
Like, did it have to be on my shift? Apparently so.
For example,
every time.
I work in a facility where I do work with memory care residents as well. I love working memory care. I think out of all the units we have, memory care is honestly my favorite, right? And so because I just love my people, right?
Yeah.
I love the fact that when I walk in on the unit, when they are present and in the right mindset,
sure,
they see my face and they remember who I am.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of times where I walk in and they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
They don't remember me from the shift before. They don't recognize my voice.
Or they don't like your ass.
And then
that too.
Let's be real about it. I do have male residents who are like 70 and 80 years old. And in their younger days, racism was a big thing.
Yeah.
And so in the moment of me stepping on the unit, if they're in that state of mind where they're like 17 or 20 years old when their parents were maybe growing them in a way, or like raising them, I would say, in a way where you didn't tolerate blacks, or you didn't talk to blacks, or women weren't of equal, it's pretty hard to deal with, and it's pretty hard to kind of deal with them.
Because what y'all need to understand is sometimes these patients, like the dementia patients or the memory care patients, they might not have a short-term memory. Like they won't remember the last thing that they did yesterday or within the last 3 months. But like 20 years ago,
they sure do.
When racism was still alive and well, for them, they remember that.
They sure do.
And so they also remember that they don't like your kind of people. So when you come in there to help them, the first thing that we are met with is resistance and attitude and discrimination and aggression. And it's like, I just wanted to give you your more meds.
I just want to give you your meds.
Just wanted to give you your meds.
For example, like at my facility, we have a resident that I have grown to love. Like I really do love her now, but she used to be an LVN for about 30 years. And then she became an RN, and then she became a DON. And so when she is not in the present day,
when she's not in her right mind,
her mind goes back to when she was an RN DON. Right? And so she will tell you, you are doing this incorrectly. She will tell you, I don't want this medication because this is the incorrect medication. However, she is remembering how the high blood pressure medication looked 20 years ago. Right? And so when I'm giving her high blood pressure medication, she's expecting to see this green pill, but now it's blue. You know what I mean? And so
there's no concept of time or space for dementia patients.
No.
Like, today could be today, but today could also be 23 years ago.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I've had situations where her, on multiple different occasions, where I've walked into the unit and I went to greet her, give her a hug, ask her how she's doing, and she's perfectly fine. And then it's nighttime to give her night meds, and she is like, "Who are you?
Oh, the sundowners.
Why are you? Oh my goodness! Why are you here? What do you want?" And it's like, it's still me from 3 hours ago. You know what I mean?
It's not though.
But those are harder situations to deal with.
Because we, as nurses, or just as people in general, because this is the same thing that their loved ones have to go through when they come to visit them. Like, we have to remember, we can't take it personal because they don't know. Like, for them in that moment, it is real
Correct.
to them and it is accurate to them.
Correct.
Even though we as cognizant beings know
Correct.
that the shit's not right, they feel it's right. And so it's right. And we're wrong.
I will say, working in memory care, I have learned that you kind of have to go with it flow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I have this male resident who he'll tell me that the building is about to burn down, or the cops are on their way, or they're gonna escape. And I will literally be like, well, what door are we going out of?
Hello,
because I'm
coming with you.
Because you're not leaving me here.
I'm coming with you, sir.
Correct.
I'm not saying if it's burning down.
And I would ask him, I would be like, do I need to grab anything? Is there anything I need to grab? Because in the end of the day, you can tell them 20 times, this is not happening. But in their mind, it's happening.
And sometimes it's easier. And it allows us in the moment to build trust with that patient in a situation where they might be panicking or they might be upset if we just play along. Like sometimes it really is just easier
to play
for
along.
us to just play along.
Correct.
So.
Listen, I will. The building burning down, sir. We need to go.
I gotta go.
You need to come with me, but before you go, let's take this medication because I need you to be okay when we run out the door.
Yeah,
like that's legit. How I handle it. But I will say, it's harder to process the moments when they don't remember me, especially when I'm coming from a more genuine stance, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I just want to hug you right now because I can see that they're just having a hard time. So,
and the whole time they're like,
yeah. Like she was like, I need you to print your nursing license for me to verify this because they're just giving out nursing license to anybody nowadays. And I was like, oh,
by the way,
my
guys,
goodness.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. But we're in Texas. I mean, for a short moment, we weren't exempt from. But she's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but I was like, you know, Miss Such and Such, like, no, I'm a real nurse, and she's like, I want the printed paper.
Prove it.
And who is your? What do you call those people? Oh my goodness, your
preceptor.
Like your like your union. She's like, which union do you belong to? And
we don't have those.
I said, I don't have a union. You're not a real nurse.
Oh, we are. Indeed.
So,
indeed we are.
You know, each area of nursing has its unique things that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I really do love being a nurse. I'm glad that I stuck it out. I'm glad.
Let me tell you something. At one point, this one right here, she was like, shit.
So it legit, like there was literally a day where I was in the car.
Yeah, we were at school together.
She's and like, I was done.
I'm not coming back.
I was done with school, and I was sitting in my car for like probably like 30 minutes to like an hour into class, and Diana is like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm in my car, I'm done with this shit, and I'm just trying to figure out how to tell Kirk that I'm done with this. And she came out there and she was like, get your ass,
we're not doing this
in class.
We are not doing this, ma'am.
You are not giving up on becoming a nurse.
Nope.
So I am glad I sticked it out.
Yep.
Because trust me, I was done with this multiple times.
And that's how I feel now. Like being back in the program that I'm in now, like I have had moments where I just theoretically, like I haven't gotten to the point where I literally want to throw my hands up. But like, y'all, like when I tell you I'm legit sick of this shit, and I am only in my second semester, I mean, that is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Choosing to jump back into like continuing education as a older adult with a full-time job, that's already a lot of work. But like also choosing nursing,
Oh yeah.
it's stupid. Like you, what?
Yeah.
And so yeah, like I rethink my choices regularly, but I'm not gonna change my mind because I really do. I love what I do. I love being a nurse. I love helping people.
What are you looking forward to outside of finishing?
Being done with school?
Yes, outside of that.
So I think, geez, 2025, I'm looking forward to figuring out the balance, right, between work, home, and school, because there is no real balance right now. And don't get me wrong, there might not be a balance, but I signed up for this shit, and you know what I'm saying, like, come hell or high water, because we're in Houston, so there is high water sometimes. I hope we don't see it in 2025, but in case we do, I'm already in it in my nursing program. Like, I'm looking forward to a little bit of peace. Whether I will see that in the way that makes sense to me in 2025, I don't know, but I know that it is on the horizon somewhere.
Yeah.
So I get to look forward to it.
Yeah. 2025 is finding balance.
Yeah.
Getting these degrees.
Yeah. Having fun.
Yeah, having fun.
Because we have to take time for ourselves.
But that's it. Like, that's it for me, man. Like, I just trying to live, right? And be grateful.
On purpose.
On purpose. And not dwell in the negative.
Yeah.
Because we've been through some stuff.
Some shit.
And
some shit. Yeah.
Just be appreciative for what is to come.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys, if you watch my How I Spent Veterans Day, that video, like that movie really connected with me, where, you know, just trying to figure it out with cancer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
2025, more us time.
Yeah. Because we used to hang out strong.
And then life happened.
Life us. And we have not been able to see each other in person like we used to, because we were meeting here
all the time,
almost every week. Like, this is our table. Like, we should have our name engraved in the table.
This is the same table that we were sitting at in our last video.
Yep. And the first time that we came here.
Same table. So I thank you for meeting up with me.
Anytime, all the time.
Drinks and food and just catching up as nurses and as friends, as moms, as women in this world. This comes to the end of my Vlogmas video, catching up with Diana, catching up with my friend. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and of course, you guys like my video for more content. I will link Diana's Instagram and other socials below. Go ahead and follow her.
Give me a follow. And I'm super fun.
She is. Okay, she is. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.